through the rain without believing. I needed someone's warmth, but there it was all the same, wrapped around my shoulders like a small unspoken flame. The coat smelled like cedar and something I could not place, like autumn in a bookshop, like a quietly familiar face. A borrowed coat on a cold night fits better than your own somehow. A borrowed coat in the dim light is a kindness and a vow that someone saw you shivering and gave you what they had. A borrowed coat on a cold night is the opposite of sad. I kept it for a week longer than I probably should have done, and wore it on a Sunday morning, walking in the early sun. It made me stand a little taller, like I knew where I belong. A borrowed coat can carry you in someone else's quiet song. The coat smelled like cedar and something I could not place, like autumn in a bookshop, like a quietly familiar face. A borrowed coat on a cold night fits better than your own somehow. A borrowed coat in the dim light is a kindness and a vow that someone saw you shivering and gave you what they had. A borrowed coat on a cold night is the opposite of sad. I left it on her doorstep with a small jar of honey and a card that said thank you in the clearest way I knew. She sent a single message back: I'm glad it kept you warm. A borrowed coat between two people is a shelter from the storm. The coat smelled like cedar and something I could not place, like autumn in a bookshop, like a quietly familiar face. A borrowed coat on a cold night fits better than your own somehow. A borrowed coat in the dim light is a kindness and a vow that someone saw you shivering and gave you what they had. A borrowed coat on a cold night is the opposite of sad. A borrowed coat between two people is how a friendship starts to grow. A borrowed coat through the cold season is everything we need to know, that warmth is always meant for sharing and kindness never costs too much. A borrowed coat on a cold night is the gentlest kind of touch. There's a table by the window where I always sit. The morning light comes through the glass and lands just where it fits. I wrap my hands around the cup and watch the street below, the pigeons and the umbrellas and the people come and go. A notebook on the corner, a pen without a cap. The day begins so gently that I do not feel its gap. A table by the window, that is all I ever need. A small and quiet corner where the mind is finally freed. The coffee and the daylight, the old clock on the wall. A table by the window where I feel I have it all. The waitress knows my order and she brings it without words. The jazz is soft and gentle like the song of morning birds. Someone leaves a magazine and does not take it back, and I read the horoscopes while sugar stirs the black. A notebook on the corner, a pen without a cap. The day begins so gently that I do not feel its gap. A table by the window, that is all I ever need. A small and quiet corner where the mind is finally freed. The coffee and the daylight, the old clock on the wall. A table by the window where I feel I have it all. The afternoon will carry me away to other rooms, but this hour is a garden growing slow and sweet perfumes. I press the moment gently like a flower in a page, and carry it inside me through the afternoon and age. A notebook on a corner, a pen without a cap. The day begins so gently that I do not feel its gap. A table by the window, that is all I ever need. A small and quiet corner where the mind is finally freed. The coffee and the daylight, the old clock on the wall. A table by the window where I feel I have it all. A table by the window where the morning light stays long. A small and sacred corner where the day begins its song. The coffee growing cooler, the jazz still floating warm. A table by the window is my only shelter from the storm. In June the elder trees put out their white and creamy flowers, and I pick the heads in bunches through the early morning hours. before the bees have found them, and the day grows warm and tall, and the white umbrellas cluster at the top of every wall. I bring them home in baskets and steep them with the lemon rind. Elderflower and summer are the sweetest state of mind. Elderflower summer, white and soft and new. Elderflower summer, pale against the blue. I will make a cordial and drink it through July. Elderflower summer helps the summer days go by. The syrup takes 3 days to make with patience and the cold. A slow and quiet process, like a story being told. And when it is finally bottled and the labels have been placed, the summer has a vessel and a soft and floral taste. I bring them home in baskets and steep them with the lemon rind. Elderflower and summer are the sweetest state of mind. Elderflower summer, white and soft and new. Elderflower summer, pale against the blue. I will make a cordial and drink it through July. Elderflower summer helps the summer days go by. In September, when the elder bears its dark and heavy berry, and the cordial is all but gone, and the garden is less merry, I think about the morning in June, when the world smelled white and sweet, and put a bottle in the cupboard for the winter's coming sleet. I bring them home in baskets and steep them with the lemon rind. Elderflower and summer are the sweetest state of mind. Elderflower summer, white and soft and new. Elderflower summer, pale against the blue. I will make a cordial and drink it through July. Elderflower summer helps the summer days go by. Elderflower summer, brief and beautiful and free. Elderflower summer, come again for me. Every June the elder opens like a letter from the sun. Elderflower summer, always just begun. She cuts the pomegranate over a white ceramic bowl, and the seeds fall in like rubies from a winter-colored soul. The kitchen fills with something between sweetness and a bite, a fruit that tastes exactly like the middle of the night. Each seed holds a small universe of tart and sweet combined, each one winter brings the color back to stay. She serves them on a Friday with a soft white cheese and bread, and a glass of dark red wine beside the candle by the bed. The kitchen window open just enough to let the cold mix with all the warmth inside and make the evening gold. Each seed holds a small universe of tart and sweet combined. Each one is a little winter that she carries in her mind. Pomegranate winter, red against the fallen snow. Pomegranate winter, the sweetest thing I know. When the world goes cold and colorless and everything turns gray, pomegranate winter brings the color back to stay. I think of pomegranates when December drags its feet, as a proof that even winter holds a small and hidden sweet, that patience through the bare and empty months will bring a gift, a red and ruby morning that is powerful and swift. Each seed holds a small universe of tart and sweet combined. Each one is a little winter that she carries in her mind. Pomegranate winter, red against the fallen snow. Pomegranate winter, the sweetest thing I know. When the world goes cold and colorless and everything turns gray, pomegranate winter brings the color back to stay. Pomegranate winter, teach me how to wait for spring. Pomegranate winter, small and bright and everything. Every seed a little promise, every bite a little sun. Pomegranate winter is where the joy has just begun. Inside an old book of poetry, I found a pressed violet, flat and thin and lavender, like something to forget. But someone kept it carefully between the page and spine, and left it there for decades like a small and tender sign. A trace of purple perfume still clinging to the page, a love note written nowhere, preserved across the age. Pressed violet between the leaves, like all the things we chose to keep, the delicate and small and brief, the tender things that never sleep. Someone loved a quiet spring and saved it in a borrowed book. Pressed violet, still remembering all it took. I wonder who first picked it from a garden in the sun, and who was there beside them when the pressing was begun. Did someone read those poems in a room with candlelight, and tuck the violet gently in preserved across the age, pressed violet between the leaves, like all the things we chose to keep, the delicate and small and brief, the tender things that never sleep. Someone loved a quiet spring and saved it in a borrowed book, pressed violet, still remembering all it took. Exactly where I found it in the fold, and return the book to where it sat beside the marigold. Some things are meant to travel through the years without a name, and bloom again in someone else's morning, all the same. A trace of purple perfume still clinging to the page, a love note written nowhere, preserved across the age, pressed violet between the leaves, like all the things we chose to keep, the delicate and small and brief, the tender things that never sleep. Someone loved a quiet spring and saved it in a borrowed book, pressed violet, still remembering all it took, pressed violet between the leaves, like all the moments we let breathe, the soft and slow, and in between, the loveliest things we've ever seen. Someone pressed it long ago, and now it travels through the years we know, pressed violet, still remembering, still glowing. There is a color in the sky just after 5 o'clock, when golden turns to apricot and evening starts to knock. The cafe lights come on one by one along the road, and everything goes honeyed in that soft and amber glow. The hour has no hurry, no agenda and no name. It lingers in the doorway, and it never quite the same. The apricot hour is falling, the day is going warm, the shadows long and calling, the city loses form, and I am sitting here beside the window and the light. The apricot hour is falling into a velvet night. The espresso maker hisses and the milk is being steamed. The couple in the corner whisper softer than they seemed. A child draws a picture of a house with smoke and sun, and tucks it in her mother's bag when all the coloring's done. The hour has no hurry, no agenda and no name. It lingers in the doorway, and it never quite the same. The apricot hour is falling, the day is going warm, the shadows long and calling, the city loses form, and I am sitting here beside the window and the light. The apricot hour is falling into a velvet night. The waiter wipes the counters and the chairs begin to turn. The candles on the tables hold a small and steady burn. I finish what is left inside my cup without a word, and stay a little longer for the final jazz accord. The hour has no hurry, no agenda and no name. It lingers in the doorway, and it never quite the same. The apricot hour is falling, the day is going warm, the shadows long and calling, the city loses form, and I am sitting here beside the window and the light. The apricot hour is falling into a velvet night. The apricot hour is falling like petals in the air. The day is softly calling its last breath everywhere, and I will keep this color like a letter, like a song. The apricot hour is falling, and I'm glad I stayed so long. Behind the glassmaker's workshop, there is a hidden yard where bottles catch the sunlight and the mornings come in shards, blue and green and amber hanging low from copper wire, each one filled with something like a small unspoken desire. She waters all the seedlings with a pitcher slow and wide, and hums a melody that only she knows how to find. In the glassmaker's garden, every morning something glows. In the glassmaker's garden, only beautiful things grow. She tends the light and color like a gardener tends her flowers. In the glassmaker's garden, I could spend 1,000 hours. A fern beside the doorway, and a rose with tangled hair, a jar of polished pebbles sitting amber on the stair. She never sells the garden, though the visitors all ask. She simply smiles and offers them a cup from an old flask. She waters all the seedlings with a pitcher slow and wide, and hums a melody that only she knows how to find. In the glassmaker's garden, every morning something glows. In the glass beautiful things grow. She tends the light and color like a gardener tends her flowers. In the glassmaker's garden, I could spend 1,000 hours. From the wire and wrap them up in linen for the cold and turning fire. But one she always leaves out for the winter birds to see, a pale blue piece of morning hanging quietly and free. She waters all the seedlings with a pitcher slow and wide, and hums a melody that only she knows how to find. In the glassmaker's garden, every morning something glows. In the glassmaker's garden, only beautiful things grow. She tends the light and color like a gardener tends her flowers. In the glassmaker's garden, I could spend 1,000 hours. In the glassmaker's garden, color falls like morning rain. In the glassmaker's garden, beauty always finds its name. She tends the light with patience like a keeper tends a flame. In the glassmaker's garden, nothing ever stays the same. I bought a clock from a flea market on a cool October day. Its face was pale as winter, and its hands had lost their way. The shopkeeper said it once belonged to a professor's room, and kept the time through decades of a slow and measured noon. I brought it home and wound it, and it started right away, as if it had been resting and was ready for today. The secondhand clock is ticking in the hall beside the door. The secondhand clock is keeping all the time it kept before. It carries 100 mornings that are not my own to know. The secondhand clock is ticking, and I love it even so. Sometimes in the quiet, I can almost hear the rooms where other hands had wound it through the winters and the Junes. A child perhaps had listened to its ticking by a lamp, or someone sat in silence in a study slightly damp. I brought it home and wound it, and it started right away, as if it had been resting and was ready for today. The secondhand clock is ticking in the hall beside the door. The secondhand clock is keeping all the time it kept before. It carries 100 mornings is ticking, and I love it even so. Now it ticks through my own mornings and my evenings and my tea, and carries all my hours in its quiet company. Someday another stranger will wind it at a stall and carry it to somewhere new to hang upon a wall. I brought it home and wound it, and it started right away, as if it had been resting and was ready for today. The secondhand clock is ticking in the hall beside the door. The secondhand clock is keeping all the time it kept before. It carries 100 mornings that are not my own to know. The secondhand clock is ticking, and I love it even so. The secondhand clock is ticking through the still and through the storm. The secondhand clock is keeping every quiet safe and warm. It carries all our mornings, every stranger, every name. The secondhand clock is ticking, and the hours all the same. It always seems to rain on Tuesdays here in this old town. The gutters fill with silver and the awnings buckle down. I find a cafe quickly and I shake my coat outside and settle in to listen to the rainfall amplified. There is no better Tuesday than one with nowhere to be. Just me and all this rainfall and a cup of warm coffee. Tuesday rain on the window, Tuesday rain on the street. Tuesday rain makes the world slow, Tuesday rain tastes so sweet. I will not fight the weather, rush the day. Tuesday rain is a letter telling me to stay. The tablecloth has checkered squares of red and faded cream. The radio is playing something just beyond a dream. A man beside the counter reads his paper word by word and underlines a passage with the slowness of a bird. There is no better Tuesday than one with nowhere to be. Just me and all this rainfall and a cup of warm coffee. Tuesday rain on the window, Tuesday rain on the street. Tuesday rain makes the world slow, Tuesday rain tastes so sweet. I will not fight the weather, I will not rush the day. Tuesday rain is a letter telling me to stones still shine. I leave a coin beside the cup and draw a little vine on the paper napkin as a gift for who will sit in this same chair next Tuesday when the rainfall comes to visit. There is no better Tuesday than one with nowhere to be. Just me and all this rainfall and a cup of warm coffee. Tuesday rain on the window, Tuesday rain on the street. Tuesday rain makes the world slow, Tuesday rain tastes so sweet. I will not fight the weather, I will not rush the day. Tuesday rain is a letter telling me to stay. Tuesday rain on the rooftops, Tuesday rain in my heart. Tuesday rain never stops the beauty right from the start. I have loved every Tuesday, every gray and every gleam. Tuesday rain is the doorway to my favorite kind of dream. The morning came in layers like a letter sealed in gray. The windows held their secrets until well into the day. I made a pot of coffee and I sat and watched and waited for the slow unfolding moment when the fog at last abated. And then the rooftops surfaced, and then the trees grew clear, and then the world remembered that it was still standing here. When the fog lifts, everything feels new. When the fog lifts, the sky remembers blue, and all the hours spent inside the gray and still become the quiet prelude to the morning thrill. When the fog lifts, I begin again. When the fog lifts like a gentle friend. The neighbor walks her terrier along the shining street. The baker opens shutters and the smell of bread is sweet. A bicycle goes ringing through the mist that's almost gone, and someone hangs a lantern to welcome the new dawn. And then the rooftops surfaced, and then the trees grew clear, and then the world remembered that it was still standing here. When the fog lifts, everything feels new. When the fog lifts, the sky remembers blue, and all the hours spent inside the gray and still become the quiet prelude to the morning thrill. When the fog lifts, I begin again. When the fog lifts like a gentle friend. end, and how the light returned without expecting it to bend. The world was always waiting underneath the silver veil, and lifting when it was ready with a soft and golden tail. And then the rooftops surfaced, and then the trees grew clear, and then the world remembered that it was still standing here. When the fog lifts, everything feels new. When the fog lifts, the sky remembers blue, and all the hours spent inside the gray and still become the quiet prelude to the morning thrill. When the fog lifts, I begin again. When the fog lifts, like a gentle friend. When the fog lifts, every color blooms. When the fog lifts, the warmth fills up the rooms. And all the patient mornings when I sat beside the glass were not lost but becoming. Everyone would pass. When the fog lifts, I believe again. When the fog lifts, like the very best of friends.